like that.
I try to be as real as possible.
So how was it as a kid growing up with a celebrity as big as your father?
I get that question so much. And honestly, it was normal. And as a kid, it was even more normal than what kids go through now. Like, people weren't pulling out their phones every 5 seconds or posting it on Snapchat, Instagram. And, like, you know, it wasn't as intensified now. It was normal to me. And people weren't, like, wild and crazy. Like, my dad's, he's very humble. He'll speak to any and everyone. But it was normal. It wasn't chaotic ever, not that I ever recall. And I would go to his shows and everything. They were great, but it's so different now. Like, so now I'm like, oh, that was normal. Like, I loved it. That was nothing compared to what goes on now.
So as a kid, do you remember a time when you knew, like, hey, your dad was famous? Because you think, like you said, it was pretty normalized, like, how it was.
Being younger, it was like, you know, certain advantages, like, you know, at restaurants and not waiting. And
so you knew something.
Yeah, of course. And then, you know, people would come and ask for pictures, but they were way more polite and discreet about it. And now that shit's out the door.
Now it's like evasive. Yeah. It's like, hey, when you're eating something.
They won't even do that. They'll just take a picture of you eating and post it like, oh, I just saw so-and-so. And okay. That's happened to me before, and I hate it. I hate it.
How do you approach that? Because you're such, you know, you're a public figure, and I feel like everyone, because you've been like that, they feel like, well, they feel entitled, which you guys are not entitled, which you should be, like, everyone should respect.
I feel like I'm approachable. So if you do see me, like, just ask for a picture. Don't sneak and take a picture while I'm like a mile away eating or in the middle of a conversation. I'm like looking crazy in the picture because you didn't come and ask. You just tried to sneak a picture. So
yeah.
I'd rather you just speak to me. I say it all the time. People will DM me like, I saw you here, I saw you. Why didn't you speak? Like, I'm not gonna bite you, I promise.
I feel like it's, you know, it's both, because it's like as much as that person's gonna do the, you know, take pictures, as much as like they're like, what if they're gonna be, you know, they don't want to respect their time too. But I feel like it's about the approach.
They'll DM me. They won't say anything in real life, but they'll DM me like, oh, I just saw you. Oh, I knew that was you walking somewhere or doing this or walking in. I'm like, okay.
So you heard that private talk. You just have, it's about your approach. Yeah. You know what I mean? We're nice people. She's not going to like bite you. She's really, rude. You know, it's just about your approach.
It might bother me a little bit is if my daughter's with me, only because that distracts me from her. And like, you know, she's a kid, like she'll be gone in 5 seconds.